One after another. Double down. What can stop you if you fight together? Nothing. Double down.
Hey guys, Ghost Dave here with another Destiny 2 video. Definitely didn't take a multi-month long break and not say anything. Cold Denial is the pulse rifle we're looking at today from the season pass at rank 45. Once you get it, you can get randomly rolled variants like this. It is of course a high impact frame, 340 RPM, slow firing, high damage, with a built-in firmly planted perk. We got the options of fluted barrel or polygonal rifling. We're going to rock fluted barrel for handling and stability. We got armor piercing or flared magwell for, again, reload speed and stability. Stability is always nice. And our first trait is Killing Wind, which is a brand new perk in this expansion. And it's honestly so broken. Final kills grant increased mobility, weapon range, and handling. So your gun's snappier, it has more range, and you move faster. It's disgustingly good. Multi-kill clip, of course, the more kills you get before reloading, the more damage you get, which is really nice. And we, of course, have a range masterwork and an Icarus grip. So let me just start off by saying that I believe that this pulse rifle is genuinely S tier. I only played with it for a couple of games, and from the first game onward, literally nothing but really good games. So I kept playing until I got this one, and even then, with this roll, I will argue that this video, this 44 defeats, and spoiler obviously, and 28 final blows with just the pulse rifle, probably isn't good enough for this pulse rifle. So, aside from getting this weapon at rank 45 in the season pass, if you want to grind out random rolls of it, you can get it randomly from umbral engrams that you get by playing activities, or you can specifically go to the focuser thing, whatever it's called, and focus an umbral engram to either give you a cold denial or a dark drinker. Falling guillotine, I guess, but no, let's be honest, those swords are dark drinker and bolt caster. Nobody's going to say anything different. So now that you're farming for this weapon, you're probably wondering what's a good roll on it. So let's just first go over its stats. It's got a range of 61, which is good for high impacts. It's got a little bit of a lower stability at 50. That's similar to the Einstein D. It's got a 32 handling, which isn't great, and it's got a 41 reload speed, which is fine by any means. It's got decent and average aim assist of 32 for the archetype, and it's got decent stats. They're not terrible, they're not great, but that's the thing. It makes up for it in the perk slot. Obviously, it comes down to preference. A lot of people are just going to go for range. Me, something like fluted barrel is probably the best barrel for me because I definitely like the bump to handling and stability because these things already have so much range, especially with Killing Wind, giving you more range for kills. Seriously, that perk is so good. In the magazine department, you have your options of ricochet rounds, high cal, armor piercing. If you're running something like multi-kill clip like I am, then getting a light mag or a flared magwell is really good. Hell, even an alloy magazine, but not... I definitely run out of my magazine more often than I thought I would with this weapon, but it's not guaranteed, but alloy magazine is an option. In your first trait slot, you have great options such as Feeding Frenzy, Zen Moment, or Killing Wind. Those are the three I'm going to say are the winners, and I'm also just going to say, flat out, Killing Wind is the best one. Don't go for the others. Even for a PvE roll, I think Killing Wind's the best one. Killing Wind is probably the most fun perk they've added to Destiny 2, and any weapon that it rolls on, I'm going to be going for it. That's just that simple. It's such a good perk. The range you get is phenomenal. The mobility lets you live in situations you wouldn't expect to or just outstrafe people. And the handling is always nice because it gives you a mini like quick draw snapshot, lets you go to your next weapon quicker, or it lets you just aim down sights quicker and makes the gun feel way more snappy. So Killing Wind, the winner. Feeding Frenzies and Moment, fine. In the second trait slot, we have a bunch of great options. Swashbuckler, obviously, you get more damage on each kill. No one's complaining about doing more damage. More damage is a good thing. If you get a melee kill, you get ×5, which maxes it to a Rampage ×3 damage modifier, which is nuts on a pulse rifle like this that just got buffed recently and already can 2-burst very effectively. Unrelenting is another new perk that this thing can roll in the second trait slot, and it's rapidly defeating targets triggers health regeneration, but I'm pretty sure that just means one Guardian in the Crucible, so every kill is going to proc health regen, which is really good. That's literally an exotic trait on the Suros. We have Eye of the Storm, which is a decent perk as well. This weapon becomes more accurate and boosts handling as your health gets lower. Pretty much gives you snapshot and just more aim assist when your health's low. So that's good because it's going to allow you to consistently land those 2 bursts if you're struggling with that whatsoever. And then multi-kill clip, the one we're rocking with, and I think what is probably going to be the winner here. Because reloading grants increased damage based on the number of rapid kills made beforehand. I have had times where I've gotten ×2, I've gotten ×3, but most of all, I normally just get ×1, and that just makes getting the 2 bursts ridiculously easy. So, multi-kill clip, especially paired with Killing Wind, is just so good for just fragging. It is so good if you're planning on just going aggro on the map and just getting kill after kill after kill, and I love that because normally when you think pulse rifles, you think back of the map, you think playing slower, but that is not the case. Not at all. So those are the rolls it gets. Obviously, I told you which perks I think are worth using, but at the end of the day, you are your own person. I'm at least 90% sure that whoever watching this isn't me and shares all of my exact opinions, but it is nice to get a different opinion if you happen to disagree on things, and you can let me know in the comments down below. But at the end of the day, go farm for some cold denials, see which perks fit your playstyle and whatnot, and enjoy the pulse rifle because it's genuinely phenomenal. But speaking of it, it is a high impact frame. So high impact frames just got buffed here in Season of Arrival so that they do 22 to the body instead of 21 to the body, which sounds like, okay, whatever, it's a damage buff, it's a good thing, it always is. But it is actually an optimal time to kill buff as well. It doesn't buff the time to kill, the optimal time to kill is still 0.67 in 6 shots, but now instead of being 6 crits, it's 5 crit, 1 body to everyone who isn't 10 resilience. And there's not a lot of people here in PvP running around with 10 resilience, because resilience, while it's it's good to have some, that 10 resilience is too much, especially because the only thing that's going to change is this pulse rifle. And while I would definitely argue that this type of pulse rifle is S tier, I don't think you're going to be running into it so much that you have to go out and you have to stack up your resilience mods. But even without the buff, high impact frame pulses were pretty much my favorite pulse rifles to use in the Crucible as is. And I say pretty much because it's kind of torn down the middle between rapid fire frames and high impact frames. They're so different, they have unique playstyles, and they don't even feel like they're the same archetype of weapon realistically, and I enjoy them both a ton. But with high impact frames, I'm a huge fan of Redrix's Claymore and Redrix's Broadsword, as I feel like most people are. In fact, a lot of pulses that people use who don't use pulses are probably going to be the Redrix's, because Redrix has Desperado and it turns a high impact frame into a rapid fire frame with the damage numbers of a high impact frame with a 0.47 second 2 burst time to kill, and that is incredibly good. It's incredibly lethal, and I feel a lot of people are talking about it now, but things like Redrix are going to be sunset. Hell, even my other favorite high-impact frame, the Premonition from the Moon, which I did a video on, I think it was actually on this map, and it was very good. Seriously, I think that pulse rifle was underrated before the buff. I think it's so good, but like I'm saying, they're getting sunset, which means you're not going to be able to take something like this into trials, and if you wanted to take this into even like a PvE activity in the future, it won't really be available. Please ignore the super. This is such a bad super. I thought they would rush me because I was low. No, they got out of there. So just ignore it. But yeah, this one is going to be available for at least the next 3 seasons, and I highly recommend getting yourself one, getting yourself a God Roll, because like I said, it's super farmable. Umbral Engram, focus it, you either get this or Dark Drinker. Why would you complain? They're both so good. I'm a huge fan of both of these weapons, and the fact that they're in the same engram makes it so farmable, and I never feel bad about doing it. But at this point, I have God Rolls of both, so now I can move on to other things. But yeah, get one of these, try it out for yourself, enjoy it. I seriously think it's such a great time. With that being said, I've said all that I can about this weapon type, this weapon specifically, and just S tier. I love it. It's fantastic. I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, if you laughed at my stutter, you have to like, comment, and subscribe. That's all I'm saying. If you laughed at my stutter and calling it a video, you have to like, comment, and subscribe, or I'll fucking cry. I'm about to cry right now. But no, make sure you guys have yourself a great day, and I'm going to leave you with the rest of the footage. There's not a whole lot, but that's it. If you want to follow me on any of my other social medias, or check me out on Twitch TV/GhostTierDave, where I get some, I used to stream a lot more, I used to get all of my footage on stream, but where I get some of the footage that you'll see on this channel on stream. But at this point, I'm rambling, I'm out.
Time to prove yourself. Your enemy can't kill if they're dead. 30 seconds. It's not over. You're beaten. This time. You fought well, but I'm sorry. Not this time.